Good morning, guys. How are we today? Happy Monday, start of a new week. So I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend and you're raring to go start this new week with full intention. And I used to dread Mondays, but oh my gosh, since I became a health coach, I absolutely love them. I actually look forward to Mondays. I love it. So today we're talking about how to know if you're actually hungry. Okay, this is something I work on with my clients. And knowing when we actually feel hungry. Sometimes when we have been dieting for so long, we don't even know what that feeling feels like anymore. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper, and I'm going to do a little exercise with you to show you and help you to how to really recognize that feeling, because you know what? We live in a fast-paced world. We do everything fast, including our eating, right? So this is going to help you learn to actually slow down a bit and eat in a way that's going to be comfortable and feel good with your body. So if you're feeling a little bit confused about your hunger, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, you know, a lot of people are, and you know, as you're working towards your hunger and feeling those and creating those new relationships with food, you know, we're going to tune into our body here. So one reason that many of us are not like at that healthy weight is because somewhere along the way, we just stopped listening to our body signals that naturally tell us when we're hungry and when we're full. And the signals are that are there. I mean, they're still there. You know, they're still coming into us, but we're just not listening. Okay. And we've become out of practice with it. We're not paying attention to them so much. So if you come on, say hello, let me know you're here. And if you happen to catch the replay, #replay. And if you have any questions, let me know along the way. I decided on coffee this morning, but of course with my nice warm peppermint oil. And it just gives me that zing and wakes me up and makes me feel really good. And it's an anti-inflammatory, so, you know, I can't not love, you know, bringing down the inflammation that's in my body. So, okay, so let's continue. So these signals, they're coming into our body, right? They're trying to tell us something, but we're just become out of practice with it. We kind of like ignore them or just override them. So actually learning to pay attention and listen to those signals can help you get to that healthy weight that you want to be at and then stay there, okay? Learning to actually recognize those signals can help you along the way and get you back in touch with your hunger signals and knowing what the heck they are and what they feel like so that you can actually act upon them appropriately. So what you want to do is actually figure out, okay, where are you now, all right? So figure out what signals you are like currently following from your own body. So a great thing to do is to keep a food journal for like 2 weeks or even longer if you want to, but even just a good 2 weeks to start. And that'll just give you some nice data, and that will like write down like only when and what you actually eat, but also what you were doing and how you were feeling before you even started eating, okay? And then we're going to use a hunger scale, okay? This is a scale it's on a like 1 to 10 scale, and what we're going to do is actually write down where you were on your scale, okay? Think about that, like what were you feeling before you ate, and where were you afterwards, okay? You want to look for any patterns that are going on, okay? So then when you look back at that food journal that you just kept for a good 2 weeks, that's tons of good data right there, right? You'll be able to find some patterns and then say, like, for example, you may find that you almost always eat dinner in front of the TV, okay? You may find that you always have an evening snack, or even when you're not hungry. You know, these are patterns you might pick up on because you've written them down, so they're plain to see right there for you. And you may find that maybe you snack when you just feel like you want something to eat, right? Because of boredom or any kind of stress that might be going on, or any whatever emotion you might be feeling, but maybe you're not truly hungry, okay? And that's when you can use your hunger scale. So I have a little board for you today. I'm going to actually write it out for you and show you. I'm using my daughter's whiteboard, but a hunger scale can actually help you learn how to tell the difference between, excuse me, my throat's dry this morning, between true physical hunger and hunger that's just really in your head. So psychological hunger it's like that desire to just eat that's just been brought on by our emotions, okay? Like, you know, the stress, the boredom, the sadness, the happiness, whatever emotion you might be feeling. So when you feel hungry, even though you may have already recently eaten, you can check to see if your feeling is actually a craving that was brought on by something that's more psychological. And when you start actually feeling like you do really want something to eat, then you can rate your hunger on that hunger scale, that 1 to 10 scale, okay? So what we're going to do is, number 1, like when you get to number 1, like you're just starting to feel hungry, okay? And I'm going to show you here this morning. Let me pull it over, see if you can see this. My daughter's little whiteboard here. I had to turn it to the side so I could fit all the numbers in. Let me see if you can see that there. Okay. I realize I'm realizing now it's kind of backwards for you, but you're going to get the picture anyway, okay? So what you want to do is you want to start eating when you're at like this, like level 1 or 2 right here on the hunger scale. So this is your 1 to 10, right? Okay. So number one right here, you're just starting. Whoops. You're just starting. And I apologize. It's backwards. You're just starting to feel a little hungry here at this number 1 on your scale. But that's when you want to plan for your food, okay? Not a half hour from now, not an hour from now, like right then, it's time, okay? Because if we don't, when we start getting down to these other numbers here, we're starting to get ravenous, right? We're starting to get really hungry. And this is where if we go too far past that 1, we get ravenous or hangry, as a lot of us call it, right? So you start eating here at number like 1 or 2-ish, okay? Then you keep eating, right? You keep eating, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna start to feel your fullness as you're going along, right? So then you are going to get to maybe around number 6. You're starting to feel that food in your belly. You're starting to feel it fill up, okay? This is where you're a little full, you know, you're starting to feel it. You're like, all right, I'm feeling a little full here. A little full, yep. But I'm pleasantly full, okay? Little full just means pleasantly full, okay? Now you're pleasantly full. Number 7, we get down to 7. Okay, I'm full, but I'm comfortably full, okay? That's your magic number. This is where you want to stop. This is where you want to start to eat. Sorry, my dog right on cue. This is where you want to stop eating, okay? Because if you keep going, we all know that feeling because we've all kept going, right? Then we're feeling stuffed. And then if we keep going from there, now we're feeling uncomfortable. I write this word out. Uncomfortable. And it hurts a little. It's starting to hurt now. But then you know what? Sometimes we keep going. We don't care that it hurts, right? Now we're feeling sick. Now we're just feeling sick. I hope you can see that. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Thank you for coming on. So this is your hunger scale. This is what I work on with my clients. And you want to start eating when you're at that number 1, okay? You're starting to feel a little hungry. That hunger signal's coming into you. Time to eat. Let's not wait. Let's not wait a half an hour or an hour or so, because then we get ravenous and hangry. Okay, so we're eating, keep eating. Oh, all of a sudden I'm starting to feel that food. I'm getting comfortably full here. All right, I'm really comfortable now at number 7. Keep going. Not feeling good. Not where we want to be. 7. 7's where we want to be. 7's where we want to stop. That happens to be my favorite number too. So yes, I hope that made sense for you. If you have any questions about that scale, let me know. Pop it in the comments for me. because this is exactly what I work on with my clients, and then they practice it. And they practice it all week, for weeks and weeks, and all of a sudden, this is something that they're doing, and they're eating in a way that just feels really good to their body, and they're not waiting until they're ravenous, because when we get ravenous, what happens? We either overeat or we make poor choices. If we don't honor our fullness, what happens? We get really uncomfortable and we overeat. So we're eating now in ways that just feel really good. It doesn't matter what you're eating, which is the magic part of it. That's why I think intuitive eating is just so magical. You get to feel good while you're eating all the food you love. So that this is our hunger and our fullness scale, and this is how, the basics of how it works. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Pop it in the comments for me. So, because to eat naturally, like we did when we were babies, you did eat when you were at that hunger level of like 1 or 2. You didn't wait until you were like at a 3 or 4. No way. Like you just started, like that 1 came in, that 1 and 2, you're like, yep, I'm crying. I need food. Somebody feed me. Because if we get too hungry, that's where like I said, we make the poor choices or we overeat. So even when you're about to eat a meal that maybe isn't scheduled because you're not eating according to the clock, like a lot of us do as well, you need to stop and think, okay, well, how hungry am I? Am I really that hungry right now? Just because it's noontime and it's lunchtime, do I really need to eat right now? Do I even feel like having anything? And if yes, then absolutely eat. And if not, maybe your body doesn't really need anything at that point. Because if you're not that hungry, then, just make a conscious effort to eat less than you usually would, right? And then stop eating, of course, when you reach that 6 or 7 on the scale. And then, for your body to be truly satisfied, your meals also need to be balanced too, because I talk about this quite a bit. When your meals and snacks are balanced, your body is balanced, which is exactly why I call my program Body Balance. So this means that you should include your carbs, your fats, and your protein. Okay, I don't believe in eliminating any food group, okay, because your carbs, that's your main source of energy for us. That gives you that's your fuel. Like, okay, let's go. I'm raring to go. I have energy to get through my day. And those are like from your grains and your fruits and your vegetables. We should not be eliminating those. And your protein, you get from, your meat and your fish and your eggs, yogurts, cheese, beans, nuts. So many, it's such a nice variety you can create for yourself. And then, of course, your healthy fats, come from your fish, walnuts, flaxseed oil, which are great omega-3s that our bodies really, really need. There's olive oil, canola oil, peanuts. Most nuts are so good for us, and avocados, of course, too. And olives. Olives are a great source of fat, especially if you're somebody who likes salt, like myself. And these are all the monounsaturated fats, so that's yay on that one. So basically, like, I know you want your meals to taste good, right? Because this also helps you to feel satisfied. And there is that satisfaction factor. You have to feel satisfied, because if you're not feeling satisfied, you're feeling like going to still look for something else to eat if you weren't satisfied. So you want to try to stop eating before you get too full, because too full is just uncomfortable. All right. So obviously that means you ate too much if you're too full, and you want to get in touch with that satisfied or pleasantly full feeling and what that feels like for you. So you want to just try to even just relax before you actually start eating. Huge benefits to that. And then eat slowly. All right. All of this has such good benefits on your body and working towards your weight goals. Okay. So remember that it does take some time for your stomach and your brain to actually connect with one another and get that signal to say, okay, yes, I'm full now, okay? And it takes a good 20 minutes. So you want to try to make sure that your eating is taking you at least 20 minutes, okay? So say, for example, if you scarf down breakfast in 5 minutes, try to make it 10. Just that small little change or little baby step can make a difference for you, okay? And then try to, just slowly make these increase in changes in how long you actually take to eat your meal. And really stop like a quarter of the way through. Like when you sit down for dinner at home, stop like a quarter of the way through and then check your hunger level. Okay, how full am I? How am I feeling? Am I still hungry? Do I need to keep eating? Okay, these are all things that you can ask yourself and plan for throughout your meal, because that's all part of eating intuitively, which is bringing about all that mindfulness, all that mindful eating, okay? And then once you stop at like a quarter of the way through, stop again at like that halfway point, all right? Because no matter what your parents taught you, you don't have to clean your plate, all right? Because you need to learn what a portion is, all right? Sometimes we, sorry, my dog, give ourselves too much, and we're so used to restaurant portions, right? But restaurant portions are usually much more food than our bodies actually need. So, you know, we need to think about those things like that. And like I said, without, like, you don't have to clean your plate. Like even my daughter, let me unplug that. She's bringing in on us. My daughter, she's 4, and she will, you know, she'll let me know. I see that natural instinct coming out of her that when she's full, and if she hasn't completely cleaned her plate, I'm okay with that. You know what, we'll save it for later. You can have it tomorrow, whatever. I'm not going to force her to continue to eat when I can clearly see, and she's telling me, you know, because she's listening to that internal signal that she's full. Okay. And of course, you know, I don't want you to deny yourself of any foods, because lots of people think that eating healthy means that you can like never have dessert, you can never have French fries, you can never have any of the things that you absolutely love to eat. No. Your appetite, which can include absolutely like wanting sweets or other like less than healthy treats, you know, that's part of keeping your body at that satisfied level on your hunger scale. All right. So if you try to cut out all of those treats, you're probably not going to stay within your plan, because you actually are more likely to go off the wagon. You're going to fall off that wagon and eat too much of those foods at some point. So it's really important to recognize when it's like your appetite talking to you instead of your true hunger. And that can actually help you control what you're eating. And if you're eating healthy and you're listening to your body signals, then like a piece of birthday cake or an occasional order of French fries or, you know, whatever it is you enjoy, that you can fit it into your lifestyle. You know, when the holidays come around, and they are coming soon, it's okay to eat those foods that you love. Just keep listening to your body signals and eat only to reach that satisfied level. Okay, does that make sense for you? Let me know if it doesn't make sense, or if you have a question. And a couple more tips I have for you before I end. Try, you know, first of all, try not to let that hunger get above the 1 or 2, like I had mentioned earlier, because we know what happens. We either make the poor choices or we overeat. But, you know, letting yourself feel some hunger between meals is okay. That mild hunger is actually a good thing, okay? Because it's a sign that you're not overeating. Because when you overeat, and then you just keep eating, it's like you don't know what that hunger feels like. So teaching yourself to actually feel those feelings and appreciate those hunger pains as a natural part of life, that's just going to happen, and you just need to let it happen, okay? Because that's a sign that you're actually a healthy eater, all right? And if you do have a craving, give it a couple minutes, all right? Give it 5-10 minutes. You know, when you suddenly feel that need to eat, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to wait 5 minutes, or I'm going to wait 10 minutes. If it was only a craving, your chances are you're going to have forgotten about it, okay? And then that urge is going to be gone. And of course, if the 10 minutes goes by and you still have that urge to eat, then yeah, that's probably your body telling you that you're starting to get hungry, okay? And then yes, you need to eat something. But some people find that it's easier to schedule out like lots of meals throughout the day, all right? You just eat smaller portions throughout the day. And other people do better with like 3 square meals. And that's fine, like whichever works best for you. You know, you can experiment and see which works better for you according to your hunger signals. And whichever you choose, just try to eat on that regular schedule every day according to how hungry you usually get. So eating these regular meals like on a schedule like that can help you keep your like your hunger and your fullness in check for you, and being more aware with them. And of course, I know like when I talked about like having to clean your plate, like this, like leaving food on your plate drive you crazy. Like some people just feel like they cannot leave food on their plate. They don't want to waste, okay? Try to make yourself a smaller serving next time maybe. And then if you eat that smaller serving and you're still hungry, then go have some more. But if you're giving yourself that, say if you gave yourself too much of a serving, think of it as leftovers. It doesn't have to be wasted. It doesn't have to be thrown out, okay? Or maybe even share with somebody, split something with somebody. Because when you eat, you want to make your food that main attraction, okay? You want to sit down at the table with your family if possible, and try not to eat in front of the TV or with your technology or all these other distractions that we have nowadays, and just give your attention to like the food that you're putting in your mouth. That's just part of eating mindfully and intuitively. Focus on how it tastes, the textures, the smells, the warmth, and notice how your body is actually reacting to all of this awareness, being aware of all these feelings, and using your senses, because it is a sensory experience when we eat, okay? So if you find yourself, like binge eating or overeating and just not knowing when you're hungry or not knowing when you're full, I have this 4-week program. You can come spend 4 weeks with me, and I will help you to recalibrate your relationship with food in your body so that you're only eating when you're hungry, okay? And you're only eating until you're comfortably full. And therefore, that means you're not snacking, you're not binging, you're not starving yourself, and you're certainly not feeling guilty or any shame whatsoever. And you will have just completely transformed your relationship with food in your body in just 30 days. And, then we can just change on all the aspects with food in your body to nothing but positive. So if that sounds interesting to you, or you have any questions, just PM me, reach out, let me know, or pop something in the comments and let me know, hey, I'm interested. Can you tell me more? Okay. And if you have any questions about the content I just covered, let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions, but if there's nothing now, I am going to hop off. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.